These are the things that you must have if you're going to be firing up a Google ad in the home improvement space. So kitchens, bathrooms, home improvement, pergolas, decks, verandas, carports, you name it. And if you don't have these things, you're just going to be getting the drips and drabs of the leftovers. Now, considering that whoever sets up your Google ad account sets it up correctly, targeting the exact terms that we want to target, none of this broad match stuff. And the things that you must have on this landing page, not just your home page, a landing page that I believe should be hidden, de-indexed. That way it's like a funnel sales page that we can play around with. We can constantly A/B test things, change the colors of the buttons, change the wordings. But the thing that you must have is proof that you can do the thing, your projects. And I don't mean just, look, phase one is photos that you took of the projects with your phone. That's better than nothing, right? Videos of the project that you took with your phone, maybe like before and afters, better than nothing, right? That is, generally speaking, not good enough. And if you think about it, how easy is it to do that? Most tradies probably have those very average looking photos or videos of before and afters, blurred images, there's a mess everywhere. And so those are the kinds of things that are being loaded up in these Google Ad landing pages that I'm inspecting. How easy is that to do? Very easy. That means your cost per lead is going to be very high. Obviously the cost per lead of someone that just sends that traffic to a rubbish homepage, an old website, or not even a homepage at all is going to be the highest, right? So what we're talking about here is if someone is going to be spending time searching for someone to build their pergola or deck or home renovation, they want to know that this person has had a track record of doing this. They want to know that they're trustworthy. They want to know that these guys are experienced, they're approachable. So that's where those banner videos come into play, or a video where the tradie is in front of a camera answering basic FAQ questions about the projects. But let's run a scenario. You're looking for someone to rebuild your kitchen or your bathroom, and you land on a page with good quality, but a whole bunch of random images, some of them taken from realestate.com, some of them taken with a phone. And sure, there's images of kitchens, but they're all over the place. And that's what most landing pages are. Versus a landing page that's just got projects, the last 10 kitchens. Now, you may have only done 4 kitchens. That's fine. Go to the effort to elaborate on those 4 kitchens. Aside from photos and potentially videos, do a mini case study. Client came to us with this goal, we inspected it, realized this goal is not possible because of these technical things. We identified that this happened. These were the challenges. This is what we suggested. We suggested this tabletop. We suggested this. We ended up doing this. While doing that, these were the challenges. This was taking too long. Shipment was taking. So you're actually just telling a story about how that project went. And that potentially shows a potential client what it's like to deal with you, what your ability to think critically and solve these problems. Or they might be like, oh man, I've got that same roof with the same problem. Yeah, let's get you in because this guy's going to know more about the problem that I have. And so that's what happens when you spend more effort on capturing your work. Sure, it might be expensive to get a photographer or a videographer out there, but if you're doing a gangster project, high level, your best work, right? You want to be looking for these once a quarter. You want to get a videographer out there. I don't know. They might charge you $800. They might charge you $1,000, maybe more. Depends what we're going for. So the goal is to do those typical real estate slow moving shots. To get a banner video up on the site. So it's doing those like nice transitions, just slow gangster transitions. You get that videographer out maybe 2 or 3 more times to capture 2 or 3 more projects. And those clips get added to the original gangster clip on the home page, and it's cycling through a variety of projects now. Each time the videographer or photographer are out there, they're taking photos of the project. That loads up the project section of the website. You as the tradie, you as the business owner, answer a bunch of 20 templated questions that are really easy to answer. And there we have text for the projects page. We potentially have a social media post here. So we're like quadruple dipping into your time, and we're creating a marketing asset that's potentially going to sell you while you sleep. Why wouldn't you want that to happen? Another way to prove, I think the conversation I recently had was, I don't really want to fork out too much for photographers and videographers. If you don't, you're going to fork out for a higher cost per lead. Because if we just load up the photos that I've seen we're about to load up, sure, there's some really good projects in there. But if we look at the cost of entry with other people running Google Ads and their landing pages and their projects, ours are not looking too good compared to them. Ours are looking very baseline. So what that means is we're gonna have more clicks but less inquiries. And so that's where we somehow run in with maybe a discount or an offer, but it's a race to the bottom. You don't want that. You want good quality stuff, right? So what I'm trying to say is this money that you spend with a videographer or a photographer early on will potentially reduce the cost per lead. Let's run some numbers. Let's say cost per lead is $150 because we have X amount of people that, let's say we have 15 clicks, $10 a click, one in 15 inquires. That's very bad. Hope to God that's not what's going to happen. That means that the lead cost us $150. Now that's just one lead. Could be a tire kicker shopping around, could be whatever. Hopefully it's not spam, right? But you might need 3 of those for a converted business. Now, decks, pergolas, what is it, 10K, 15K? That's still okay. So numbers can speak for themselves and it could still be positively geared. But what if we're getting leads at 1 in 5? That's $50 a lead. That means for the $150, we might have 3 leads. High chance of a conversion. Now, how do we maximize or minimize the cost of a lead? We show them things that they're looking for. We show them more trustworthy things to prove that we've done this. We are approachable. So projects, videos of projects, descriptions of projects, a video of the person that made the projects talking about the projects. Is he approachable? Can he communicate? Yeah, I like this bloke. Or I don't, right? Reviews, a carousel of reviews, a list of reviews. I hope that makes sense because these days there are thousands of Google advertisers and Google ads are not cheap. In most cases, they're positively geared. But in cases where I don't get much media and I need to search the internet and scrape the bottom of a barrel for some photos of work done 10 years ago that I found on realestate.com, those campaigns perform the worst. And that's where it's a reality check. We just burnt 2K. And yeah, there was some leads, but they were very average. Versus you're looking for a dual occupancy builder. This landing page now has about 30 dual occupancy builds. You're looking for a builder in Bondi. Most of those dual occupancy builds on that landing page are around Bondi. What do you think is going to happen? I haven't ran that ad for so long because the SEO has just taken off and there's sections. All of our dual lock builds bang. So if anyone lands on that page ranks. The conversions there are through the roof. This applies to any business in the visual space that's running Google Ads that needs to show proof of work. Could be videography. If you do videography for gyms and personal trainers, geez, you better have, first of all, those videos. Why not? Then something to explain what that project was, what was the overall goal, challenges. You can talk about rough costs, complexity. So you're educating someone on capturing the stuff that's got no idea. That also helps you when it's a conversation about price, because you're clearly a high authority on this topic. It's not going to be this price because just the hiring of that piece of equipment is that price. Just sending 5 backlinks is more than $1,000. So it's like, you want to pay how much for SEO? Yeah, hope that's helpful.